Alright, it's time for a new arc, meaning new problems and new adventures. So, I think everybody is aware of the ending of the recent chapter. I know there's the obvious stuff of, wrapping up the arc with Alderaan and setting up stuff with Diablos and Selene. But I think the biggest thing that everyone's been raving about, besides Suzaku's design, I've seen a lot of talk about Suzaku's design just because he looks badass in general. And obviously he's a new character. But by far the most talked thing about the new chapter was the seemingly, like, now acceptance of Jerza. Like, Jalal and Urza finally capable of being together after Jalal has realized he can move past all of the, all of the dark stuff he's did and kind of, like, look for the future and do what he can for Urza. So that's going to be really nice. I think a lot of people are going to really like that. And eventually it'll be fully finalized, but for now, there's still shaky waters ahead. There's still some rough times. And I think not only was, not only were my predictions beforehand already for this, but it looks like even in this chapter, it's foreshadowed a bit. Because, obviously, like, looking at the panel, and I actually like this edit I made. I actually think it looks, I think it fits pretty well just because it's like the insinuation of the scene when it looked like Jalal and Urza kissed, but it's like it looks well here, and obviously like the new chapter, it's like okay, fine, maybe finally, and then Selene in the back, but at the end of the chapter with the moon being in the water, while Jalal and Urza like embraced each other, I think that's a very very, very soft indication of Selene shenanigans up next. I mean, when you're going up against the moon dragon goddess and you have the moon quietly in the background as, the ship kind of sets up, I think that she was trying to hint some stuff. And I've already discussed beforehand, like, my theories as why, like, she'll be kind of, like, targeting, Jalal and Urza. I think with Urza, it's gonna involve something about her mom, like some issues she had with Irene. I'm actually really hoping Irene plays a role in this next arc, just because I think some form of confrontation between Selene and Irene would be really cool. I like these two big alpha dragon women, and then especially because as I mentioned, like, a lot of the dragons should have some form of issue with Irene, just because Irene is kind of a lot of their problems came from Irene, because obviously she invented dragon slaying magic. But on top of that, like Jalal, Jalal having heavenly body magic, always having to do with space and stuff, like a space themed magic. And you have the Moon Dragon Goddess, who, as we've read so far, like the way that Moon Dragon abilities work, it involves like the sun, star, and moonlight. And I'm still really hoping that we find out like fairy glitter, like originated from Moondragon abilities or something. But I do really think that Selene is going to just play a direct kind of like hand in this. Because in this arc, like, we got a lot of really good character moments in the Alderaan arc. I really liked a lot of the character progression moments, as well as like the action. Like, I really liked the arc. I thought it was fantastic. But in this next one, I think the way that things are set up with some of the ships, like Juvia and Gray progressing really well, even in the cover, like we were getting some stuff with Natsu and Lucy. The one ship in the series that everyone has been kind of just really highly anticipating, more than any others, obviously, Jerza, just because theirs was the most complicated. And now it looks like things are moving towards that, and I think it was set up to be kind of be like a, too good to be, not too good to be true, but too good to be safe, kind of like setup. So beyond this, it's going to be a little bit of trouble when it comes to, what's going on with these two. So once we get to this next arc, I really think that there's going to be some dangers go up. And I think that once we move into Selene, like, probably next chapter, unless the next chapter is another cooldown chapter, it's kind of like getting things comfortable and everyone kind of just progressing, which I can see, like, with everything that just happened, like, if they want to take another chapter to just kind of like have characters, like, set up stuff, discuss things, kind of like figure out what's going on before they go over to confront Selene, then that's fine. But I really, in my mind, I really just want to move to Selene. I want to get that arc started. I really want to see Selene. I want to see what she can do. As I've mentioned before, when it comes to the Dry Guts, she seems like she's going to be way more tactical and way more intelligent than the other ones. And it's can't really use Merciphobia as like an example because when they fought him, he was kind of out of control on a rampage. But Alderaan definitely seemed like he wasn't dumb, but obviously like the level that I feel of like strategy and intelligence between him and Celine is a lot. Like Celine definitely feels like a character who's going to be doing a lot of puppeteering and a lot of manipulation kind of setup. I also really just want to see her magic. I want to see what her dragon form looks like. There's a lot from there. I really want to get a good look at. So I am really hyped in this next chapters. Well, in this next chapter, the next couple chapters, to really see where things are going. So I would really hope in the next chapter that the one thing that I would be really happy to see is Celine take notice of either Urza or Jalal, because we know that with her abilities she can either see or sense from that distance. But if I can just have her kind of like literally a part where it shows her kind of like looking somehow with her powers, and then looking at Jalal, and even like just that'd be enough for me. That'd be 100% enough for me, and make me satisfied with like setting up stuff, because that's my big setup and hype and expectations for this next arc is stuff with Jalal and Urza involving Celine, because I think that those two have the best connection to this next arc from what we know so far. Maybe there's more we don't know. As I've mentioned before, like I said, Irene and Celine should have beef, so obviously Urza by proxy, like Celine probably should have a little bit of beef with her. But also with Jalal, I really am hoping Jalal plays a big role in this next arc. I really want him to. I've still got my fingers crossed. I still got my fingers crossed for that Dragon Eater potential for Jalal. I would love to see Dragon Slayer Jalal. I think it'd be really cool to see set up, and I think it would fit really well if Jalal kind of like discarded his humanity and like willingly becomes a fifth gen Dragon Slayer in order to like fight off Celine, help defeat Celine, and like save Urza or something. That'd be great. I'd love that a lot. Plus, I mean, that'd be so badass. But anyway, other than that, comment below, thumbs up the video, turn the like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. Further than that, I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed. I thank you all for listening. Bye.